It is Michelle C with another episode of Candid Kisses TV, and this is Motivation Monday here again. And I am here with the lovely, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Audree Cumbo.
And go ahead and tell them your Instagram and all that good stuff.
Instagram is Mrs. Cumbo 15 and Facebook is Audree Nicole Cumbo.
All right, so we're going to get into this. She is a teacher, and yeah, that's the hardest job in America. So, why is teaching your passion?
Oh man, I have always had a passion for the growth and development of young people. They're our future. I'm not trying to sound cliché or anything, but they're our future, and they need somebody who A, cares about them, cares about their growth and development, and is not there for an easy job when it's not, or a paycheck, because we don't get paid that much, but is actually there and wants to groom them to be well-rounded adults.
Right. So my thing is, because teaching is extremely hard, you're dealing with different personalities, attitudes all the time. What would you say would be the most difficult part of teaching?
Honestly, inside the classroom, I close the door and it's me and my kids. You have to have classroom management. If you do not have classroom management, those little people will destroy your room. And I've seen it happen. But when you have the little people, okay. They're not children, they're grown. They're just in small bodies.
Okay.
I promise you.
Yeah, I agree.
So you have to have classroom management. Proximity is everything.
Okay.
And believe it or not, they honestly want your approval. You know, a lot of people think that kids don't want structure, they don't care, they want to do their own thing. When that's not true. They actually love people who give them structure. Because,
that's facts.
Yeah, you know, they don't want to just run around. You know, if you're a parent and you let your child outside on a national at 2 o'clock in the morning, that does not say love.
Right.
You know, but if I have you in a routine and give you a bedtime and make sure you're doing your homework, that's showing that I care for you because I care about your future.
True. Okay. So what is your most memorable moment as a teacher?
You know what? I'm going to give a good moment and a funny moment.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the good one first. So I teach 3rd grade. And in the state of Georgia, in order to be promoted to the 4th grade, you have to take a test called the Georgia Milestones.
Okay.
And I think sometimes the kids stress harder about this test than the teachers. I don't know. I stress pretty hard.
Right.
But I had one particular student, and she's bright, and I knew she was going to pass, but she was stressing about this test. And so they know we got the results back, and I had to send this little envelope home that had the results in it. Okay. And the kids couldn't see it, so, you know, I'm like trying to check them because I'm giving it to them, and they're like trying to open up the envelope. I'm like, hey, put it back in your book bag. Right. So the next day she comes back to me, and she throws her hands around me, and she takes her little head and she buries it in my stomach, and she was like, I passed. Thank you so much. I passed. She started crying. I started crying. 3 other kids started crying. Like we're up there just emotional because it's a lot. You know, you're telling them all through the year, hey, if you don't pass the Georgia Milestone, I'm gonna see you again next year.
So it's like that test from Eastside High. Like they had to pass it.
Yeah, it was. It was just like Eastside High.
Let me find out you missed your card.
I got my back. I'm telling you. Okay. Chaining up my classroom doors and everything. They ain't getting out.
Code 3, code 10.
You gonna learn this today.
Okay, what's your funny story?
Oh my gosh, funny story. Okay, so first of all, let me go ahead and put this disclaimer out. I'm not old. We were talking about Black history, right? And for people who do not know, I am actually originally born in Selma, Alabama. So my great-grandmother used to tell me stories all the time about when Martin Luther King used to come in. So I shared some of that with my students. And we were talking about segregation.
Okay.
And I was like, how many students in here, I'm trying to be serious now, being professional, teacher look at everything, kids, children.
Countrymen, lend me your ear.
How many of you have friends that are not of the same race as you?
Okay.
And there were several students that raised their hand, and I raised my hand as well. I said, well, let me ask you a question. Imagine if you couldn't be their friend just because of the color of your skin and their skin. How would that make you feel? And the kids got quiet, and you heard a little chatter. I'm like, oh, yes, teacher moment. I got them thinking. It was actually a writing assignment. I wanted them to write about it. So I had this one little boy raise his hand, and in the most sincere voice, he said, so Mrs. Cumbo, how did you feel back in slavery when you weren't able to play with your friends that were white?
Wait a minute.
I just looked at him and I was like,
So Harriet Tubman is your best friend.
Literally, I looked at him. I was like, first of all, you know your mama older than me, right? How old do you think I am, little boy? Mm-hmm. And everybody in the class is like, Miss Cumbo now old, she only 43. No, she ain't, she's 26.
Oh, okay.
I had to change the subject real quick.
You're right. So let's bring it back.
So I got in my feelings.
Right.
I'm like, wait, he's third grader. Don't get offended. Don't kick him out.
You be picking cotton and everything, don't you?
Girl, I was laughing so hard on the inside. I'm like, he said back in slavery. Oh my God. I mean, was I a house slave? Was I a field slave? What was
All he knew was you was a slave and you old.
All he knew is that I felt some kind of way because they took my white friends away back in slavery.
Lord.
I was done.
Oh.
Let me take off my badge real quick, hand it back.
Okay, so what are some words of wisdom you would give to anyone that may be considering becoming a teacher?
Make sure that it's your passion. Make sure that you genuinely care about education, educating yourself and educating others. Teaching is one of the most rewarding fields in the world. It really is. You just to see that little light bulb come on, like when you see a child that was maybe struggling in reading and then all of a sudden they get it. And it's kind of like that aha moment and they look at you with these big eyes and you're like, that's what it's about. Because you get those moments and then you get the other moments where you have some crazy child that decides to climb your bookcase. Oh. True story.
Okay.
Yes, or maybe throw a whiteboard at you.
What?
True story.
Okay.
They have temper tantrums. You have to have patience. You have to be there because you truly want to make a difference.
So what happens in those moments when you have the throwing of the boards and all the nonsense?
Well, two things. Number one, I will always say to a new teacher, there are people there to support you, but at the same time, you never want to lose your power.
Okay.
Because if one thing goes wrong in your classroom, the first thing you do is call a parent or call the principal or something like that, that child thinks you cannot control your classroom. So the first thing you have to do is self-examine. No.
That's why I'm not a teacher. Okay.
No. The first. Why are you my friend?
Just one chop to the neck and they're good.
You'll lose your job.
Get another one.
And your life because you'll be in jail.
Not for a chop. Okay, what if you Donkey Kong, no marks? I'm just saying.
Cameras. They're everywhere in the school building. I promise you.
Okay.
No, but you want to do the best you can to calm that child down. Have maybe a cool down corner or a trusted teacher or maybe that
a wet rag and just
spray them down. Like spray them.
Yes.
Like you do like a cat.
Yes.
You
Perfect.
can't do that.
But
I'm just joking.
No, that doesn't harm them though. That doesn't harm them. It just wakes them up like, hey, you're gonna stop.
And that child will say, my teacher sprayed me with Clorox.
No, it was water, because you can still see.
No.
So whatever. Okay. Well, moving right along.
But to answer that, there's also a white button that's in every single classroom to notify administration that you need help.
Okay.
If it gets to that extreme, if you cannot control it in your classroom. If a child is by any means...
So what is it, like a security button?
It's the intercom system. So you're calling, it goes like straight to the office.
Okay.
So if a child has you in danger or those other kids in danger, you need to put those kids to the back or evacuate them and let that child just tear up the room. You can fix the room. But that's after you try to calm them down and different things like that. There's a protocol.
So what about this? So if you got a child tearing up the room or whatever, instead of like putting your hands on anything, you tell all the other kids, hey, y'all come with me and just lock them in there.
Well, you don't lock them in there, but you can I've had to do that before where you have to evacuate the classroom, and I called administration to let them know, hey, this child in here is the Tasmanian devil and he's tearing up my classroom, so I need somebody to come and calm him down while I take my class to safety.
Yeah, just anybody just come put them in the headlock or something. No.
So no, again, we don't put children in
sleeper mode.
I need you to go ahead and just get this out of there.
Okay, whatever. Moving right along. On Candid Kisses TV, we like to try to keep it fun, so we ended with our Kiss or Diss segment.
You trying to get me in trouble?
Am not. It's Celebrity Crushes. Get your life. So, anyway, you're gonna decide whether you're gonna kiss or diss.
Oh, Jesus.
Chris Brown or Omari Hardwick?
like either. I don't know.
It don't matter if you like him or not. You gotta kiss this. Which one you gotta kiss? Which one you gonna diss? First of all,
Steve Cumbo.
Okay, first of all, Omari, you don't think he's Ghost from Power? Get your life.
I know exactly who he is.
Oh, something's wrong. You got something wrong.
Omari.
Thank you. Okay.
Sorry, babe, but hey, he's Ghost. Power.
50 Cent or Eminem?
Slap me later, Eminem.
Really?
Yes.
Watch him. Okay.
Hey, I'm a fan. I really am.
I am too.
Lyrically, he's the bomb.
All right, last one. Denzel or Old Dirty Bastard?
Is that really a question? Denzel.
If you didn't say Denzel, he was gonna
Mariah. Go back like babies and pacifiers.
I'm saying that's what we would have said. Other than that, if you didn't pick Denzel, he gonna put cases on all you teachers. I'm telling you.
Hey, I saw Equalizer.
Was it good? Okay, I'm gonna see. All right. This is another episode of Candid Kisses TV, and then say your Instagram and everything one more time.
Instagram, Mrs. Cumbo 15. Facebook, Audree Nicole Cumbo. I'll be your child's teacher, probably, maybe. I don't know.
You don't want me to be a teacher. She's the one. Candid Kisses TV is sponsored by Kissable Lips Cosmetics.